Hi everyone. So today I'm at home because I've been thinking a lot about home worship or just being aware of God's presence when we're at home. Right now we're not able to come together in our sanctuary for worship, and it's getting colder outside, so maybe people aren't being outside as much as they used to be. And so then it made me think, I wonder where it is that we meet God when we can't be together and when we're on our own or when we're at home. So I wanted to suggest a couple of things. I know on Sunday mornings when we're beginning worship, I always invite people to light a candle. So not only to watch me light a candle in the sanctuary, but actually for you also to light a candle so that we're kind of in that spirit of worship together, so that you're in your home, I'm in the sanctuary, but we're sharing God's spirit together. And the candle can represent that. It can help us symbolize that or just remind us. So that's one thing. So, when I'm at home and I want to just, remind myself of God's presence, or maybe say a prayer or have some quiet time, often I'll light a candle. And I find that very peaceful. So maybe that would be something that you would like too. Or it could be a battery candle, any kind of light, really. And also just to think about when we're in our homes, if there might be a place that would be helpful to you to set aside to have your quiet time with God, or to have a place kind of designated as a place of reflection. In the same way that, when you go into the kitchen, you're going to do something with food. Or if you sit down in your comfortable chair in front of the TV, you know what it is that you're going to be doing there. And I just wonder if sometimes it helps that we have a place and maybe even a time set aside. And it could be just a short time. It could be the simplest of prayers. But kind of to be intentional about that, to light a candle, or have a plant or something pretty next to you, or maybe there's something that you like to look at. I'd be really interested to hear, or maybe you can post me a picture and show me what it is that reminds you that you are in God's presence. Because our days, even though our days are so different right now, the days kind of slip by and they kind of go one day into the next. So unless we do something intentional, like light a candle, or sit in a particular spot, or write in our journal, or look at something beautiful, or whatever it is that really speaks to your spirit, unless we choose to do those things, the days can just go by and we'll forget. And so this is an invitation to come into God's presence intentionally, offer a prayer of thanks, or a prayer for help, or a prayer for strength, whatever it is, a prayer for someone else, whatever it is that's on our hearts and minds. It doesn't have to be this big, long thing, but it can just be some time that will feed your spirit and will remind you that you're in God's presence. And every time we do this, I think it's an opportunity for us to give thanks and to remember that God's steadfast love is with us today and tomorrow and always. Amen.